What's up, Budget Billers? My name is Trail, better known as Budget Bill, and this is your fourth stimulus check update and stimulus package update for Wednesday, May the 12th. Hello everyone and happy hump day. We have some good news today as multiple states are preparing for this new money that is coming to the state near you. The $350 billion that was approved in the American Rescue Plan is ready to be sent out to local state governments this week, and they are trying to determine how to spend all of this money. Well, multiple states are wanting to spend it on its citizens in the form of a local stimulus check. Then we also have some good news from the meeting between President Biden and Senator Joe Manchin, where they sat down on Monday and discussed the $4.1 trillion infrastructure package and how they plan on paying for it. So far, Manchin seems to be in support of this bill, but getting support from Republicans is a different battle, which Biden has expressed his concern about getting bipartisan support, which has upset Bernie Sanders and caused him to send a warning to President Biden about waiting on the bipartisan support. Bernie is not happy, guys. Now, before we get started, if this is your first time to the channel, hey, welcome and glad to have you. On this channel, we talk about finance, real estate, credit cards, and Bitcoin and crypto and stimulus update news. So if you're interested in any of those, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. That way you can join our community. Also, if you end up liking the content in this video or even laughing at one of my jokes, then be sure to like this video. Other than that, guys, hey, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay guys, just when you see people in the comments section say there won't be another stimulus check, that is an understatement. Multiple states are trying to get legislation right now to distribute local stimulus checks to its own citizens, which is a very good thing, guys, especially when citizens are usually forgotten while billionaires continue to make millions of dollars during the pandemic. But now the regular people are being remembered and some relief aid is on the way for some Americans. I mentioned in the previous video how Governor Gavin Newsom issued a golden stimulus of $600. Well, now that the new funds from the American Rescue Plan are coming in, Newsom proposed an additional $600 stimulus check. That's a total of $1,100 for the people in California. In addition, Newsom is also wanting to allocate about $5 billion towards rental assistance. His plans for rental assistance is to double the previous amount to get 100% of back rent paid for those who have fallen behind on their payments. Then he also wants to spend $2 billion in direct payments to pay down utility bills for some Americans. So we can see that Governor Newsom is really trying to provide much needed help for the American people. Newsom said direct stimulus checks going into people's pockets and direct relief. That's meaningful, guys. In order to be eligible for this additional $600 state stimulus check, you must have a household with an adjusted gross income of less than $75,000 per year. And if you did not receive the first stimulus check of $1,200, Newsom said this is going to provide financial assistance to 2/3 of Californians. Now, in his $100 billion proposal, he also wants to recognize families with children and to offer them an additional $500. This is on top of the $600 state stimulus. Then for immigrant families without legal status, you would also receive $500 in direct payments as well. Now, regarding the additional $5 billion for rental assistance, Newsom wants to cover the remaining rent for each month between April 2020 to March 2021 for the landlords that agree to accept 25% payment per month from tenants during the moratorium. This rental assistance will cover the remaining of the fees if landlords actually agree to not pursue evictions. The governor will provide funds to cover the remaining unpaid rent for low-income tenants. So, if you are living in California and struggling to pay your rent, these provisions in this new proposal are very exciting to hear. Hopefully, these will be approved very soon. Moving on, President Biden sat down with Senator Joe Manchin on Monday to discuss the current $4 trillion spending packages. Manchin has previously stated that maybe the packages need to be split up into multiple packages. Joe Manchin has been a complete thorn in the Democrat side ever since Biden came into office. Manchin stated that he spoke with President Biden about splitting the infrastructure package into one or even two or even three packages. He said that they need to make sure that they look at things that need to be done in traditional and the human infrastructure bill. A reporter asked Manchin if President Biden prefers to pass the bill as either one package or either two packages. And Biden said he really didn't care either way. He just wants to get things accomplished. And then Manchin said something interesting. He said, "Hey gang, I'm telling you, in his heart of hearts, he's all about let's be fair and move this country forward." He was referring to President Biden. And to be honest, I really think that's how Biden really is. We have known him for years in the Senate, and now he is president. That same thing of having a big heart is coming out again. I'm sure others will probably disagree with me, but hey, that's just my perception. But as it stands right now, the meeting between the two was positive, but no real big news so far. Manchin is the key to getting Biden's proposal of the American Jobs Plan and the American Families Plan passed through Congress. So getting Manchin on the Biden team is definitely important. Right now, the Democrats are thinking that they can pass majority of the bill through the budget reconciliation process, which would allow them to avoid the 60-vote filibuster. Manchin also spoke about ways to pay for this bill. Manchin believes the 28% tax increase for corporations that Biden proposed is too much and would rather support a 25% tax increase instead. This would offer a few extra $1 trillion to be used to pay for the massive stimulus package. Manchin said that he thinks in good faith that they can begin to start working and finding out the possibility of this bill being passed by going through the process where it goes into the committee, comes to the floor with amendments, and whatever it ends up with in the end. So this meeting was one of several meetings with lawmakers that are scheduled this week with President Biden. He plans on meeting with 4 congressional leaders sometime today and a group of GOP senators on Thursday about the infrastructure bill. Now, I really hope that one of those meetings with GOP senators is not Mitch McConnell. Mitch has already proposed a maximum limit on the cost of the infrastructure bill. Mitch said that he thinks an infrastructure package should cost between $600 billion and $800 billion. And as we have already know, this is how the Republicans choose to negotiate with the president. Drop it from $4.1 trillion to only $800 billion? Which is substantially lower. And this is what was bound to happen because Biden continues to insist on having a bipartisan bill that both parties can agree on. And we know the Republicans refuse to give Americans any more assistance, although they have voted in favor of allocating billions more to our military. But now we have heard from Bernie Sanders, and he has come out with a warning to President Biden on the notion of pushing for a bipartisan bill. Sanders has come out and rejected the idea of waiting for Republicans to come around to accept President Biden's proposed infrastructure package. Bernie feels that voters don't really care about bipartisanship as much as people in Washington think that they really do, which I can agree to that. The American people just want to see action being taken and the American people being considered in the end, which for years, the American people are always left out of the end, while lawmakers continue to push laws and accept payments from their wealthy friends. Bernie Sanders is currently serving as the counselor to the president in the Biden administration, so he has a lot of power when it comes to getting things done in Washington. But he doesn't agree that Democrats and Republicans will be able to strike a deal on the infrastructure bill. Sanders said, "The bottom line is the American people want results." Sanders ended up using the recent stimulus relief packages to make his point clear. He said, when people got their $1,400 stimulus check or either their $5,600 checks for their families, they didn't say, "Oh, I can't cash this check because it was done without any Republicans' votes." The American people doesn't care about that kind of stuff, which goes to show you they don't care about the bill being bipartisan or not. The American people are just looking for help right now. Sanders believes that the White House is acting with less urgency right now on the proposed infrastructure package. While waiting on the GOP support, Americans are forced to wait for much needed help. The American people voted in a poll that shows 3 in 5 voters support the part of the package that deals with the improvements to childcare, paid leave, and education. And then there is also support from the Democrats and independents and a third of Republicans that raising taxes on those earning $400,000 per year to pay for the infrastructure bill. So Bernie does not believe that getting bipartisan is a great idea, and Biden is just wasting his time. Bernie just wants to use the options on the table, which is the budget reconciliation, to pass these bills without waiting on Republicans, and getting their buy-in is a hard hill to climb. So let's go ahead and see how President Biden's meeting this week with lawmakers and tomorrow turns out. We should have some more insight regarding the infrastructure package becoming legislation, and perhaps the support for a fourth stimulus check will also come up in these meetings today. I will keep you guys posted as usual. And with that being said, hey, this has been another fourth stimulus check update for today. If you enjoyed any of this information or found it to be useful, be sure to hit the like button for me. And definitely, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me as well, if you want to be a part of this community, and hit the notification bell to be notified of each new video. I appreciate you guys, all of you stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.